So this is a quick run through of TileDrive. Essentially, you'll come to this screen, which allows you to sort of see some basics of how to manipulate. But what you really want to do is click on Drive. And what will happen is you'll take to the screen to actually make pictures. And so um, essentially, over here you have a gallery, and you can say, hey, I'd like to make that pattern. And so you can do that by just dragging. And so there's a little brown thing right there. And so what we can do is say, that's what we want here. And you drag across this thing, and you make this is a 7-sided thing. And then what you can do is click over here and see you would like it olive. And so now each one of these things over here, you can do the same thing. And you just sort of drag across till you get the corresponding thing you would like. And so I'm just making squares. And so as you can see, what I'm doing is I pull it across, and then if I pull it too far, it's going to get the wrong one. So you just pull it to what you need. And so I'm just going to make the one leg on the side. And technically, it doesn't matter what order I do these things in. So I could do this one next. Oops. And you can hit Z, or if you have a keyboard, you could just type it. But I'm going to try that again. I want that. And then instead of going there next, I could go here next. And I could go here next and here next. And so there's no order that's required. And so let me just finish off a leg at a time, be a bit more systematic. And so it's relatively natural how you can make something like this. And you think, well, I guess I'm done. And so this little help will show you what you're missing. And so it's especially if you didn't say no what that first thing was, a 7-sided thing for. Oops, I screwed that one up. So I can hit Z and go back and make that triangle. And so kaboom. And I'm almost done. I need maybe one more. Boom. And so there you have it, and you can actually look at that help again. You can say, yep, I got it. And so one of the things I've been doing is I make these things, and I can save them by just popping them up here. And so if you go through these, there's one I've done, here's the other one, and so you can just sort of pop that by jumping on the picture. And so you can see I completed that one. Oops, I got an extra little thing here. So if I wanted, I could sort of hit backspace and get rid of a few of the things there. Now this one's a little bit easier of pattern. It's just a big spiral. And similarly, if I hit C, it gets rid of them. And then I can actually take a look at this one, and boom, you'll notice that. Anyway, so there's a whole bunch of things you could try, and so I've got them listed here, and so you can sort of say, hey, how close am I to that one? And you can start making things. Anyway, so that's the simple thing you can try, but once again, you can add to these things and change the colors. But hopefully that'll be enough to get you started. And so good luck. And let's say you're happy with your little construction, so you clear it and you bring it back, and you want to print it out. This last part of the drive here, this little exclamation, you could print out a copy without color, or if you made colors really interesting, you could do, print that out. And so that'll be a nice printer-friendly thing. But then, yeah, and if you wanted to find out some more, you could jump back to the instructions and see what you can do. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that, and good luck driving.